Hello, everybody. How's it going out there in Black Gay Comic Geek land? Thank you guys so much for joining me for another live stream here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. Welcome to my safe haven, everybody. If this is your first time joining me here on the live, I see we got 8 people joining already. Let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek. I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the force. I like to talk superheroes, video games, action movies, horror movies, sci-fi, fantasy, animated movies, and of course, I like to talk about Black representation and queer representation. So like I said, if this is your first time coming on the channel, hit the subscribe button. I noticed when I looked at my analytics, like 35% of you guys are watching my videos and not subscribed. Come on, it's Black History Month. Hit the subscribe button, or you anti-Black. But anyway, if you guys could not tell from the title of this episode, we're here to talk about episode 6 of The Last of Us. Usually we go live on Monday nights, but I saw Cocaine Bear on Monday night, so I wasn't able to do the live stream. So if you haven't seen my review for Cocaine Bear, check that out after this live, of course. Movie drops this weekend. So, and as you guys know, I don't like to do the lives alone. And also with the 12 people that are in here, I see now we got more people. Hit the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm and getting this video out there. More people can see the live, more people can get recommended to the channel, so the channel could continue to grow. I'm probably like 40 people away, 40 subscribers away from hitting 7,500 subscribers. So let's go. Let's hit that milestone. But anyway, let's introduce my brother here on the live stream, somebody that I've grown really close to over the last couple of years. This guy's famous. I'm trying to be like him when I grow up. He gets like 1 million hits on his YouTube channel. He knows people like Scott Snyder and a whole bunch of comic book people. He got him on speed dial, got him on Rolodeck. He was actually just quoted recently on the House of M Marvel Omnibus, like doing big things. Let's bring on Ron. You don't read comics into the stream.
Hey, what's up, yo? I see this. I think you remember to do the arm thing this time.
Yeah, I remember. But anyway, Ron, you want to introduce yourself to the folks?
I'm Ron. I'm a comic book journalist. I run a website called You Don't Read Comics. I review comics weekly. You can check my social medias at You Don't Read Comics and at We Read Comics on Twitter. Everything else is You Don't Read Comics. And I post fire memes too. So
I'm still waiting on him to make videos though.
Soon, bro. Soon.
I've been hearing that for like 2 years.
I'm gonna do the Beyonce. I'm gonna just drop it. You know, like out of nowhere. I'm gonna just drop it.
Okay, we're still waiting. But speaking of dropping,
waiting for Rihanna.
Nah, she ain't coming out with nothing no time soon.
Yeah,
until she dropped that baby, and then she dropped the baby. Then it's gonna be another baby. Like she just had a baby. Hasn't even been a year yet. Like, what's going on? I mean, but I guess when you got $1 billion pussy, like,
yeah, fact.
He like, let me get in that right now. Like, I need to secure my legacy, get them kids.
Secure the bag.
But anyway, this next person, she and I have been talking on and off for a while now. And it's funny because I just learned her name today. I hit her up. I was like, what is your name again? Like, I don't think we ever exchanged like your name. Like, but anyway, this person, she drops her own fire content. She does interviews. And she's a person that, even though we just recently met like a couple months ago, she's been a person that's been there for me. Like, you know, as you guys know, I've been unemployed for the last couple of months. So she's like putting in work, trying to find me a job and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I just met you. Like, why are you even helping me like that? Like,
it's Black History Month.
Yeah, it was before Black History Month though. So, but yeah, so she hasn't had me on her show yet though. So I'm a little. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I see her making faces in the background, like backstage. But I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm gonna have you on my show, but you ain't have me on your show yet. But anyway, let's bring in Kira from Room Full of Blurs.
Hi. I am thoroughly ashamed. However, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I need to talk to some people and get you on.
She got one.
You gotta go through the wait list to get on her show.
Baby.
Apparently.
Let me tell you, boss man, Chris Fury. No, he on it. Like I gotta jump in when I can. It's like double Dutch over there, man. It's like, listen, look, there's one more. Here's one more. No, I got it booked.
Anyway, Kara, introduce yourself.
Hi. My name is Kira Brown, and I run a little community called Room Full of Blurs. If you would like to follow me, I have handles on Instagram on a little known app called Fanbase, where I actually have an audio room every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come by, have fun. We drink wine and we talk shit about all things pop culture and blurreddom. That's it. That's me. I got another podcast, but it's a hot mess right now, so I'm not even going to bring it up.
But that's fine. But the fact that you brought it up means that you're gonna get it together. So
I am. That's quite true.
You just held yourself accountable for the 15 people that are in here right now. So.
My guy, dude, look.
And however many watch on the replay.
Facts. Well, shit. On that note, Child of Mandalore is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's about the history of Mandalore and the Mandalorian, and since that's coming up next week,
yeah, that's coming out next month. Pedro Pascal.
I got work to do.
We get Pedro Pascal in this first couple of months, and now we're getting him again.
He owns the year.
Up.
He's definitely on him and Jonathan Majors.
Dude,
Jonathan Majors.
They taking over for no reason, but I like it. I'm not complaining.
Oh, I'm definitely not complaining. But yeah, hold up. Somebody's talking about my intro to Cocaine Bear because I put like powder all over my nose and make it seem like. But anyway, so let's get into The Last of Us episode 6. But real quick, Kira, since it's your first time on the show,
yes,
give me your opinion on not just this episode, but the show in general. And have you played the games?
Okay, so here's my story.
Your brief opinion on this episode.
The episode was gorgeous. I love being this attached to something this soon. I love the fact that they aren't deviating too far from the game from what I know. And I say what I know because I say what I know because I got spoiled every single day with that video game. I never got to play it. Every single day. I would pick it up and they'd be like, "Oh, did you do XYZ? And this is going to happen." And da 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 da. So I never got. Are
you a gamer? Are you a gamer?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe don't play. Listen, look, room full of blurs. Like I can't. Like I'm not in the club if I don't do at least one of those things.
All right.
But yes, I can't do first person shooters. That's my only.
Yeah, I'm not really a first person shooter person. I mean, I played Call of Duty like once, and it was fun for like 10 minutes.
Nah,
and then I was like,
that ain't for me. Like, give me Batman. Give me what is it?
More adventure.
Yeah. Fall Guys, that kind of stuff. I'll play all those all day long.
Same.
But first person shooters,
and I'm more of a story guy too. Like I like games with immersion and character, and I want to cry when I'm playing a game.
I'm like, wait a minute, you made me do all of this for this ending? Are you kidding me? All right, I'm gonna pick it up and let me try it one more time.
But yeah, finish what you were saying about what do you think about the show?
Oh, the show is. For me, it's a 9 out of 10, and I called it right after the first episode. I think it's going to be bigger than Game of Thrones.
Oh
wow!
When you saw the first episode, you knew.
I knew instantly. It's like, nope, this is the show. Game of Thrones has got problems. They're gonna have to stay consistent and not fumble the ball like they did with that final season of Game of Thrones.
And before we get into this episode,
on the same channel though, so they already got the ball rolling.
Say it again.
So it's on the same channel though, so they're already winning.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I was gonna say before we get to this episode, what would you say? What's your favorite episode before? Like, granted, I don't know what this episode ranks, but before this, and then I'm gonna get your ranking after we finish talking about with this episode included.
Episode 1 is my favorite episode. It's my favorite by far. I like the introduction. I like the fresh feel of it. I like the fact that it made me forget about everything Walking Dead as soon as the episode was over. I like all of that stuff is like wiped from my head. I'm ready for a reset of zombie genre stuff.
They said they don't use that word on
yeah, no zombies. No, you can't. You're not allowed. You're gonna get popped.
Altered states of being.
Infected. You gotta say infected.
The infected. Yes. Pardon me. Excuse me. I forgot.
Yeah, they're like, we're not even the Walking Dead. They didn't say zombies. I'm like, why are they trying to like they're fucking zombies? Like
because they want to be the people that like made it different. You know, like we innovated it so it's not zombies no more.
I'm like, just own it.
It's okay. Like everybody's gonna call them that. Nobody has the trademark on the word zombie. Just use it.
True.
Live in your truth.
But getting into this episode specifically, Ron, what did you think about
this episode?
This episode, yeah.
It was
called Kin.
It was a great piece on masculinity. I thought the vulnerability that Joel showed. It was like it moved me. It was touching, bro. It was touching, bro. It's like, and it's hard for, like, you know, we'll get into the episode, but most men can't do that.
Toxic man.
That's what it is about.
Like, it's
Yeah.
You can be soft. It's okay. Be soft. We like y'all
Yeah.
soft sometimes. It's fine. We wanna make y'all feel better too. It's okay. Woo woo woo. That whole thing. You'll be all right.
But with that said, like, this episode started off like catching us right in the feels with the end of last week's episode with the Henry ended up taking himself. I'm like, oh, why y'all have to start? Why y'all have to start right there? Like, you had to remind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right back in your feelings.
Like, yeah, we're gonna stick the knife in and just twist it, put a little vinegar and some lemon juice on there. Enjoy.
Remind me what happened, and then we jump. Like, it's been 3 months since that happened, and they made their way to, I guess they were somewhere called Wyoming. They made their way to Wyoming.
Yeah.
And we see that these two old couple, I think they were indigenous.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%.
And the guy walks in, he sees his wife gives him a signal look, and you see Joel is there, like, with the gun on him. Basically, he didn't want to hurt them, but he's just trying to figure out where they are. And the woman that played the wife, I loved her.
You gave them soup?
Yeah, he was like, you gave them soup? She's like, yeah, what else? He was like, why don't you put a gun on it? She's like, yeah, the gun was all the way over there.
Like, I'm not getting out of my seat.
Ain't got time for that.
Yeah, but I'm like, now imagine if Joel and Ellie were actually like vicious criminals. Like, you can't be that lazy in an apocalypse.
But they're in the middle of nowhere, though. They thought they was good, you know. They were in the middle of nowhere.
I feel like a militia would have probably made a little bit more noise, but with that, I think old girl would have dipped. She would have been like, listen, look, I don't have time. I'm gonna just run. Y'all can have it. We'll find another place.
But I thought she was cute. Like, made them soup. Like, she gave them advice in terms of the map and all of that stuff.
This is our second time seeing a married old couple in Apocalypse. Like,
yeah, Frank and Bill.
Right.
So I guess the heterosexual people don't have no reason to be mad, because now you see you got the. But the only thing is Ben Shapiro's. They still gonna get mad because they didn't have the whole episode to themselves.
Oh my God.
They just had this.
I wasn't even going. It's just like in Apocalypse, you don't expect people to have long relationships and make it like to the end or whatever. So
yeah, and I mean they did it the smart way, because they said they went off the grid long before the world fell apart, so they were already used to living.
It was pre-Bill.
Yeah, pretty much. So they were like used to living the way that they already lived, like hunting and all that stuff. And so
I wonder if that was like an actual reservation before
probably
everything happened. I mean, because they were already set up. They already knew what they needed to do.
Yeah, they were, the animals were, and where stuff grew. Yeah.
And even like I'm like, I need to learn how to do stuff like even just. Granted, hopefully nothing like this happens in real life, but I'm like, when Joel and Ellie were talking, she was like, yeah, you could probably shoot the rabbit, but you don't know how to dress it. Like, take out the guts and take off the skin and all. I'm like, I don't know how to do none of that shit. Like, oh, Dad, you raising your hand, you know how to do that?
Where you from?
Veterinary.
Yeah, I was like, where you from?
Veterinary nurse. I know a lot about biology. I know what I'm
doing. Okay.
I'm not going to go hungry, and every last bit of that rabbit's going to get used. Trust me.
Like, even one day I went to Macon, Georgia a couple years ago. And I remember they told me to go outside and to the cornfield, and they said, yeah, go shuck some corn. I was like, what?
Shuck?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? Like,
you gotta take the leaves and
that's all I meant. You shuck the corn. Like,
okay, I can understand you not knowing how to gut a rabbit, but to not shuck corn.
Well, no, I've never.
No, I know how to take
potato. I know how to take the leaf. No, it's not that I don't know how to take the leaves off. I just never heard that term before. Go shuck some corn. I'm like,
yeah.
The only corn you buy in the grocery store, and it's already like you just throw that shit in the pot. Like, it's leaves on it.
Listen, look, if you ever get the chance,
you've never seen fresh food.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I'm from the hood. We don't have fresh food here.
Fresh produce.
We don't have fresh produce here. All we got is liquor stores and fast food restaurants.
And what is it? And dispensaries now.
Not in Irvington. Wait, no dispensaries over here.
You laughing, but that sounds so sad.
All the way out there. Nah, man.
Even though it is legal here in Jersey, but yeah, there's no dispensaries, at least in Irvington that I know of. Yeah,
because the license for it costs $200,000. I looked into it.
Yeah, my mother joked about that once. She was like, "Yeah, we should open. They make a lot of money."
Yeah,
you get it back quick.
Yeah.
But what was I? But yeah, going back to the woman, I was like, I love, because even when Ellie was asking her, like, have you ever seen any fireflies? She's like, yeah, we get those in the summer. She's like, no, we're not talking about
Not the
Yeah,
people.
that was
she's like,
hilarious.
we're talking about people. She's like, they're Firefly people. Like she was just so innocent. I
And
love
she
her.
legitimately thought there was Firefly people too. Like, you got mushroom people. Yeah, it could be Firefly people.
Yeah, I mean,
too,
I mean, that makes sense
it's
to me.
mutating. But I love, and then also with that, like just the evolution between Joel and Ellie's relationship, like they're finally starting to evolve into the father-daughter
Dynamic.
relationship that we
Yo,
knew.
if I could have titled this
coming.
episode, it would have been called "What Are We?" What are we?
Yeah, because Joel's definitely fighting it.
I hate you.
He's fighting it real hard. But
She
you can
said,
tell.
"Did you give a shit about me?"
Like, or even just like,
what are we?
Or even just
that conversation.
I was gonna say, even just the moments where he's like talking to her about like the work, teaching her about football and all this other stuff, and like,
that was cute.
Yeah, like you could definitely tell, like he feels for her. Like remember in the last couple of episodes where she was just like, "What am I to you?" He's like, "You're just cargo." Now we know that's not the case anymore. Even though he doesn't want it to be the case. Because fast forward when we jump to the to the settlement with once he finds his brother.
Oh wait, the commune.
Yeah, he's like, and which was funny, yeah, because he was in the military fighting against communists, and she's like, "Nah, this is a communist society." He
was from Texas. He's probably conservative, and he's like, he can't say that he's a communist. He's like, it's so crazy.
It's un-American.
Yeah, and that's to go back to the toxic masculinity thing. It's like he's not. This guy is strong. He's tough. He's not supposed to be vulnerable, but he is. You know, like yes.
And not even just that, but like even going back to like the civil rights era, like Dr. King was a communist and all other stuff, and like how much shit they talked about communism and even socialism and things like that. And it's like, well, when you really think about it, a lot of the socialist countries are way better off than America. Finland, Norway, Switzerland, etc. Like they got universal health care, child care, like their infant mortality rate is way lower than it is here in America, like education rates and math scores and
capitalism, bro.
Yeah, life expectancy, all of that shit. So
I have very much often considered sprechen the fucking Dutch, okay, over there in order to get in good over there. Is like I think I would stick out like a sore thumb. They might be a little bit racist, but you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
I
feel like it won't be. I feel like it won't be as bad of like it's still racism, but it won't be like you at least won't have to worry about a cop shooting you because they don't have that stuff over there.
Exactly. I might lose the case, but I'll walk away alive. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I thought about that when I like get older. I was like, dang, I don't know if I want to retire here in America. I was thinking about
retire in Ghana, bro.
So yeah, but I was looking at like places where a lot of black expats go, and actually, funny enough, number one was Portugal.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of black people in Portugal.
Yeah. Portugal. I think there's another. I think Turkey used to be a place. There were a lot of black expats that would live there. I think it's still okay for us to kind of be there, but it's a little rougher now.
Even though I was like, I don't know, because Portuguese, they're the ones that started the slave trade. So even though I did my ancestry, I got like 4% Portuguese in me. So I could be like family.
Hey, cousin, what's going on?
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of like going back to cousins or family, we literally get to see the reunion of the two brothers.
Yeah.
And like soon as he saw his brother, he like screamed, like he ran off the horse. And you could kind of say, I don't know if you guys caught it, but like when they were hugging, you saw a little bit of jealousy in Ellie's eyes, like because she was
definitely.
No, that's mine right there. Like
that's my
and a little bit of
that's my dad.
And a little bit of you, nigga, you ditched me, right? Pardon me, sorry, you just ditched me.
I told you it just comes out sometimes.
I'm so sorry. But that was the look on her face, like, really? He was dead this whole time in your head, but now you just throw me away like that. Like I'm like the gift that keeps giving, sir.
Were you scared when the dogs were sniffing Ellie?
Oh yeah, I was definitely scared.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. I thought that somebody's gonna interrupt them, or Tommy's gonna show up and be like, yeah, stop, I know him, or something.
Yeah.
But I was
when
like,
you saw the dog get closer and closer, like, oh nah, the dog is really on a sniffer.
And then not even just that, but like the way Joel just froze, like he couldn't do nothing. Like, and you could, and I'm pretty sure it brought him back to that moment that his daughter died.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
He was on the edge of pulling that gun out and saying, fuck it. I'm just gonna go out.
Which actually, I'm glad you brought that back up, because even swinging back to the beginning, where they mentioned that he was like, yeah, if your brother's west of the river, he's probably dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellie's like, "You're not gonna scare me," and she's like, "I scared him." And like even like seeing Joel basically have a panic attack after he left the house.
Dude, not that was the most real depiction of a panic attack, a mild panic attack that I have ever seen on TV. And I'm like,
so it's been happening sporadically throughout this episode. Like you can kind of tell it was happening again.
Yeah.
Where the dog he was like, if this dog smells it on you, he's gonna tear you apart. And then the way the music hit, and then the close-up that they were doing on Joel, which reminded me of the close-up that they did on that my mycologist or whatever, the scientist in episode 2. I was just like, what's gonna happen? But then when the dog didn't, I was like, either I don't know. So do you think the dog just couldn't smell it on Ellie, or maybe Ellie had some type of food in her hand? Like, what do you think?
I don't. Maybe it's past. Like maybe she doesn't set it off anymore.
Right. Like I think
it's past.
But she's still immune though. I mean, so
like she's probably got the.
I get what you're saying. If you're immune, you still have it in you. So yeah.
But it's dormant. Like it's inactivated. Like if it's not an active.
But it makes but the devices are able to read it.
It might be because she's got the markers for it, but they're not active. Like if you get tested, if I get tested for COVID, I might show up positive because I have antibodies for it. So the dog, you may not be actively expelling the contagion, but it's in your bloodstream. It's weird. I don't know.
Look at you. We got another scientist.
Another scientist on the show.
Not even knowing it, because we have Vanta on here before, the scientist, and now we got veterinarian.
And dogs know. They know. They don't be messing around with people. I mean, I don't think the dog would have been able to smell an infection in real life, but okay.
I mean, there are some dogs that they have like
stuff. So.
Yeah, there's some dogs that they train to like smell out like certain cancers or diseases or whatever. So, which part of me is though, I'm like, how do you train for that though? Like,
how do you expose it to them in the first place?
Yeah, what you just bring a defected dog and be like, sniff, like, how does that work?
You probably have somebody that's infected and you make the dog like sit next to it, whether it's decomposing or not. You just get them used to that smell and you train them to be agitated towards that smell. And then you have a little sniff.
I'm like, not my dog. You can't do that. You can't do that to my dog. I might have to. I'm like, does PETA still exist in this world?
No, they're probably all mushroom people.
They was the first to go.
Yeah, they were probably.
They was out there trying to save animals, and animals wasn't even getting infected.
Nah, but that's the one. That's something I've actually wondered. Like, do they go after animals or just people?
That's my question.
You just animals can carry it, but they can't get it.
Oh,
yeah, because it evolved only to infect humans.
I had a dark thought.
Because we also saw in this episode, like the monkeys.
Yeah, just running around, cool, happy.
Running around, Because obviously, like, who's around to take care of? There's no. I mean, you got zoos in America, or whatever. Now there's no people tending to the zoo, so eventually, these animals are gonna go wild and get out. So we saw that. But I'm like, so if the monkeys were to bite Joel, would he be infected?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're carrying it still.
Yep.
All right. Well,
ta-da, science.
Stay away from those monkeys. But also with that, going into like what you were mentioning about the toxic masculinity, like first Tommy and Joel, they have the moment of they're embracing each other, they're brothers, but then as soon as they start talking, like Joel instantly starts lying out of nowhere.
You start lying.
Just start lying. Just instantly. Lying. Just like, we just here. We just passing through. Nigga, you can't. It's like,
see, I did it too.
I didn't say the whole word.
You did the whole thing. No, you good. You clean.
But like, clearly you was looking for just tell him the truth. Like, why are you lying?
Because he could have became a distant person in the years they haven't seen each other.
Yeah, but I think part of it is because he was just jealous. Like he's like, you got this whole.
I do feel you. Like, oh, you was looking good this whole time, huh?
They eating home cooked meals. They got electricity, hot showers.
They got the cheddar biscuits.
Yeah. They got hot sauce in their bag. Like, meanwhile, they over here, Ellie and Joel eating Chef Boyardee and considering gourmet meals.
20-year-old Chef Boyardee.
20-year-old Chef Boyardee. Not even a fresh.
Like, Tommy, how you ain't telling me they had a Red Lobster up here, yo?
So I definitely feel like
you could have told me on the radio and told me they had a Red Lobster up here.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like a lot of the lying had to do with him just being jealous. He's like, you got this whole setup. You couldn't even like call me to let me know. Like, And he even kind of brought it up. He's like, I'm your brother, like, and you stop calling me. So you could definitely tell he doesn't like Maria. And then because like even when he was like, can we like this is a family
I
talk.
think he knew what it was. I think it felt like he knew what it was too, though, before he told them.
What do you mean?
Like that he was dating her or something like that. Like where he's
I mean, I think he might have known they were together, but he didn't know they were married.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, we have a family talk, and then he was like, she is family, like we together. But shout out to Retina Wesley. I don't know if you guys were fans of True Blood.
True Blood. Every time I'm on the show, I'm like, True Blood guy, get in.
That's it. That's all I care at.
True Blood. Those first four seasons of True Blood were lit.
I believe you.
You gotta watch True Blood.
I miss her.
Don't watch anything past season 4. But
no, don't do it to yourself. Don't do
it to yourself. You're gonna get mad. But what were you about to say about Retina?
I miss her. Like I need her to be like on a TV show again, like regularly. Like I love the way she acts.
She's on this.
Oh well. Wait, no. Wait. Okay. Wait. You want to? Is she past? Does she get in more past this episode? Is she? If she's on more than this episode,
I mean, we ain't see her die, so
okay, all right. I'm hopeful. I just want her to have her own show on HBO. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I know she did it once, but I need it to be her.
At least a recurring role somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And
she's a great actress, though.
Plus,
she
was great in this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you'll see her, at least in this season, but like, remember at the end of this episode, Joel, what's his face said to Joel, like, you guys have a place to come back here, if you know.
Especially with a whole, knife in your gut. I hope you come back.
Yeah. Oh God, that's the trace to the end. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
Hey, look, we got more True Blood people in the chat. I'm actually watching the rerun of True Blood, and I'm on season 4, episode 3. So yeah, to me, don't go past season 4.
Don't look into the light.
She's not gonna listen to you. That's what people told me when I was watching Game of Thrones. Like, oh, don't watch past season 5.
Yeah, don't watch. Well, no, season 6 was good. It's only season 8. Season 8 is when it becomes trash.
Yeah.
7, you know something's wrong. Season 7, you know something is absolutely not right.
But yeah, I mean, I can say it. If they do a season, if they follow the game, she'll be back.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, they go. There's that whole arc of.
So you saying that Joel's gonna make it? You don't spoil episode 7.
Spoilers.
But did I though? I didn't say. I said if they follow the game, she'll be back. I didn't say Joel will be back.
That boy gonna be back. He fine. He all right. He gonna walk it out. You're gonna rub some dirt in it, and he'll be fine. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was on Queen Sugar.
I know. I want her back.
Yeah, because Queen Sugar's over, and it's been off for a while. I've only seen the first season. I didn't see all of it, but I also need.
I'm not gonna lie, you watched more than I did.
If it was a family, if the sugar was magic sugar or whatever, I would have watched it. But I'm like, dang, it's like real black people. I don't want to watch it. I need magic black people.
I need fairies and wizards.
Yeah, blood, sex, gore, magic. I say that's like my main interest. But I like Lafayette, and I miss the actor. Yeah, rest in peace to Nelson Ellis. Yeah, I loved him as Lafayette. I actually cosplayed as him a couple years ago.
What was he on? Oh, and he was on Elementary too for a little while. I missed. Oh God, he's another one I missed too. Oh, sad. All right, I don't want to be sad.
I mean, this whole episode is sad though. So we got because Joel just lying. So you see the two of them. They arguing like look like they about to start fighting because
you talking about me behind my back like I ain't even fucking. Wait, I'm sorry.
No, you can curse.
You behind my back like I'm not even here. I don't even understand how you're gonna come at me, talk to your brother about me, and you're gonna leave me in the middle of this goddamn place. I don't understand you. You need to tell me something. You need to talk to me. You ain't gonna treat me like I'm not here.
whatever you just did. That's exactly what happened during that argument. And they even when like Tommy tried to like come to some level of like. Not acceptance. What's the word I'm trying to look for?
Compromise?
Not a compromise, but he was like, "Look, I can't. Like, I get what you don't, but I can't go because I'm expecting Maria's pregnant. Maria's pregnant.
I got my own stuff going on, bro.
Yeah, I got my own stuff going on, and Joel is like, again, being jealous, and then also like, I guess in a way, it's like Now Tommy, his younger brother, is living the life that he thought he would live.
Yeah, and
with the farm and everything.
Immediately right there.
Yeah, like the farm and everything. He got
so you having a baby? Like, you know what happened to my baby? Like, why would you do that, bro? Like, why would you
I think it's more
a big thing?
I think it's more of like.
But Tommy came back and apologized for the same thing later on. So that's definitely what it was.
I mean, he did apologize, but like, I still feel like Joel's reaction was like,
he's jealous.
Yeah, he's definitely jealous.
He's jealous
because he just lost his. He lost his piece. He just lost his piece.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 years. Granted, not to diminish that. It's still.
I'm not talking about his daughter. I'm talking about what's her name?
The girl.
Yeah.
The chick that was with him at the beginning, like episode 2.
Wait,
weren't they a thing together? Like they were kind of flirting or whatever.
Wait, who you talking about?
Together.
You talking about Tess?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, she wasn't pregnant.
Yeah, but he just lost her.
He just lost her. But no, I'm talking about when
he already. I mean, that's a double for him. He lost first. He lost his daughter, and then he lost her.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the fact that he was like, yeah, she's pregnant. He was like, yeah, I've always wanted to be a father, but I didn't know if I'll be a good one. He's like, we'll see. He didn't even say congratulations or like. He's just like.
I mean, he was going through his trauma. That's how he expressed it. You know.
Trash.
Like, you happy about? I mean, it is trash, but that's a natural human reaction.
But that's what I was saying. I feel like part of that reaction is because it's a bit of jealousy.
Is it? I think I agree with you. There's a little bit.
I mean, it could be all of that. It could be all of it.
It could be all of it.
And he doesn't want his brother. Maybe he doesn't want his brother to get hurt the way he did. Like it's a high risk to bring.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what, like when he said they were pregnant, I'm like, why would you bring a baby into the world with like that and be happy about it? I
mean, but also look at the work. Like they got electricity, they got hot water. They watching movies.
But look at the place that they just left. They left. They didn't have as much, but the fact that they have more to lose is even more concern. You know what I mean? It hits a little bit harder. They have so much more at risk to lose. They've got this perfect little village. You're going to bring this child into this place, but I literally just left a place where two brothers lost their lives. Not from the mushroom people, not from other humans, but just because of the kind of a little bit from the mushroom people, but because of the circumstance. Like literally there's so many things that can just take you out now that you're not prepared for. No matter how well you've got yourself, how good of a bubble you have yourself in, there's always the point to a thing that can get you guys wiped out.
Exactly. It's like scary. You got a nice house, but they shooting 2 blocks down, so it can come your way.
Joel was being petty because he ain't deal with his emotions / trauma, shaking my head. But then on the flip side, Alyssa said, I feel like you guys are misreading the situation. I never thought Joel was jealous, but being cautious before divulging the truth about Ellie.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, but yes, there's some of that about the cautiousness, but also at the same time, that's still his brother. He still know, like, obviously he knew he could trust his brother. So I don't think it's necessarily that, like, because they weren't even talking about Ellie before that conversation came up. They were talking about them and their lives and everything like that. So I don't think it was just like, there's definitely cautiousness in that, but you also think about jumping ahead, that moment that he leaves after he gets into a fight with Tommy and then he thinks he sees his daughter in the distance and then he has another panic attack. And then it was through having that moment that he's like, you know what? Let me finally tell him the truth. And so that's when he seeks out his brother and is like, look, this is what it is. I'm immune. So I think it's more than just him being cautious. I think it was, again, a lot of the pettiness and him being, what did somebody else say? This right here, Joel's emotions have been turned off for 20 years. This stuff with Ellie is awakening his feelings.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of that.
And it was the conversation that he had with his brother. He's like, I can't take her because I'm not strong enough. I'm weak. Like, he didn't want to say that, you know, especially right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like, I came here because I feel like a coward or I feel weak or I feel like I can't do something.
Having that emotion brought up, that's like it's a form of PTSD.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't want
and he definitely feels that he couldn't protect his own daughter because he was weak. He couldn't protect Tess because he's weak. Like he said, he keeps failing. So he doesn't want this to fail because it could be the end of the world in his mind.
Yeah.
Or this. Yeah. And not only just that, but like you mentioned with Joel failing. Like even with this episode, there's been a lot of failures in Joel's mind in his in this episode. Like you talk about the failing of protecting his daughter, the failure of protecting Tess. But then you get to this episode, the failure of him. Remember when they were before they got to the Wyoming safety zone? He talked about keeping both first and second watch.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and he fell asleep.
Yeah,
couldn't do it, and even like going all the way back to the beginning with the dog, like you said, he stood there, he couldn't do nothing. He felt right there, like the dog river, like he kind of stood by, but his daughter got shot right in front of him, and Ellie he felt like she almost got the shreds in front of him. So.
In the same situation, like
by people too, not by, like you said, not by the affected, but by people.
Yeah.
So you could tell all of that stuff is getting to him, which is leading to the more PTSD attacks. Is like, I felt protected. Like I was supposed to stay up all day to watch her. Like even when she was like, I'm good. Like I got the gun. You fell asleep. I was up. I can protect you. Like it's two of us. You don't have to. You don't have to do everything. But in his mind, it's like, no, I have to do everything on my own.
Yeah, and damn, you even to the further point, now. I'm thinking like he was a single parent too, so he really may have felt like he always does everything on his own. Dang, parallel so much.
Yeah,
that man hurting. That man hurting.
He is hurting. There's no therapist in this world.
Ooh, I feel attacked. I get this in my reviews. It's like, you need to start asking for help. Why? No, y'all can't do it.
Yeah, I was like, even to the point that he like until we got to the end of this episode, he wouldn't even really teach her how to shoot or like hunt or take care of it. It's like, yeah, like she needs to learn how to take care of herself. Yeah. And not even just that, but like eventually, like Joel, you're 56. Even if you do take care of her, eventually you're gonna die. Like you're gonna get older and die. Like she needs to be able to take care of herself. So like you can't do everything.
Is she 16 in the show, in this episode?
In this show, she's 14, but the actress 14. Is 19.
Yeah. God, Jesus.
But yeah,
she was like 5 years old like 2 seconds ago on Game of Thrones. She was like 5.
She definitely.
I don't like
little lady Marmot. I loved her.
Oh God, she's the best.
But yeah, Joel was a little salty because you can't let your brother know you good. But also part of that was like, remember when they first said, he was like, "What are you doing here?" He was like, "I came here to protect you." Like, that's his little brother.
That's the dynamic.
Yeah, that's the dynamic. Like Tommy always follows Joel. And even all the stuff that Tommy kind of regrets, all the things that they did together, like, and I think that's part of the reason why he didn't really want to fuck with Joel like that.
I wonder if there's
he was always following Joel, like you said.
I wonder if there's like this element of I want to be needed by someone that doesn't really need me, and he's cool with focusing on Tommy and going after Tommy because he knows he has to know in his heart of hearts. He's an adult and he can take care of himself. He's clearly going out on all these missions alone. He just happened to not come back from this one. But that's his thing to keep him grounded and from having to take any more responsibility with Ellie. Like he's just letting her tag along, but his comfort zone is Tommy, and his form of protection is with Tommy. He doesn't really have to be as emotionally invested with Ellie if he can find Tommy and be done with everything. I think that might have a little bit to do with the way he's kind of acting in this episode too, if that makes sense.
Like pushing Ellie away because Ellie pretty much is his feelings right now. So just pushing her away.
Yeah, it's him confronting his feelings all over again. But he knows that he doesn't have to put as much time and protection into Tommy as he would with Ellie.
Yeah, and that's also why I think he's starting to see his daughter again because Ellie is becoming that for him.
Yeah.
But with that, Aniki Art said, "Do you think Tommy's wife would kill or protect Ellie or kill her?" I think she would protect Ellie, and I think
she's protecting that girl.
Yeah, and I think she's been doing that from the moment they met, like the moment they had that conversation where she's trying to like talk shit about Joel. Basically, it was like, he's a bad person, or he's done this and he's done that. She's like,
don't talk about my daddy.
Yeah, she's coming to his defense. Like she's like, yeah, like your brothers did, or your husbands did the same thing. Like and yada yada yada. Like don't talk about like you said, don't talk about my daddy. Which brings up to this next comment where somebody was like, it seems like Ellie wants to be more his equal than his daughter. Although in our eyes, what he is doing is very fatherly with her to an extent. I think she wants to be considered an equal, but I still also think she sees him as a father figure because even when they left and they took the horse together, she was like leaning on his back, she was hugging on him, and a lot of fatherly daughter things, but beyond just being seen as an equal. Like she wants to be seen as an equal protector, but she still sees him as a father figure. She still looks up to him. She still idolizes him, which is why she also was so quick to defend him. And also why when the moment where she found out that Joel wants to give her off to Tommy because Joel thinks he's giving her better protection because he's like, Tommy's younger. He doesn't have the whole hearing issues and all that other stuff. She sees it as a betrayal because it's like, my father's giving me away.
Another person is giving me away.
Yeah, another person's giving me. She even said, like, everybody's left me except for you. So I think it's more than just wanting to be seen as an equal. It's about like, this is my dad.
Yeah. She said, do you give a shit about me? Like, do you care about me? Like, because obviously she cares about him. So
yeah. Ooh, daddy issues.
All kinds of issues in this show.
All you gotta do is keep her off the pole. She'll be fine. That's fine.
I mean,
depending on how much you're making, though. Like,
like. But then again, in this world, money's useless. So like,
exactly.
Which I'm like, what do they do? What do they use for currency? Because I guess maybe like bullets. Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess maybe like bullets and stuff. Because remember, what's her face was like, yeah, we traded for this jacket.
Yeah.
I'm like, traded what? Like
whatever. What they were trading
some Kool-Aid packages, like
yeah. I mean, what if you want something, it has
work
value to
for
you.
work.
What you want for it, you're gonna do something for me.
You're gonna do something strange.
Change. I mean, that's what Frank did for some rabbit. Frank ate some ass to get a whole some rabbit and some what was it? Some wine. What was the wine? You paired a board, whatever.
A Beaujolais.
Something.
Sorry, fancy. Oh, I wanted to say the way that you can tell before
go take a shower, Bill.
Not in my good ear.
No, what are you about to say?
For the way you can tell that what's Regina's character's name in the damn it, I can't remember her name. Maria. The way you could tell Maria was looking out for Ellie before they even had that whole conversation, that diva cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She wasn't going. She's not hurting that girl. Ain't no way. She ain't hurting that girl in any way, shape, or form.
Because we in an apocalypse. Like that's
gold.
Yeah, that's good. That's gold. That's gold for women. Like
gold, rubies, diamonds, and pearls, and all. That's something.
And watching the podcast after show, Craig Mazin, the showrunner, he was like, "That's something that irks me when it comes to like these post-apocalyptic where they don't talk about that at all. Never.
Yeah, they avoid
it's a problem. It is a problem."
So this is like the second time they brought, because remember Ellie found tampons in episode, what was it?
2,
3 or 3?
3, episode 3.
Yeah, Touch is dead. So yeah, no tampons.
Yeah, when she got
you're gonna want those. I promise you. You're gonna want
obviously
them.
For me, I was like, what is that a pea cup? Like what is that? But then when she opened up the I was like, oh, okay, I know it.
Okay.
Pea cup.
I was like, she's supposed to like
you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah.
Like if you on the run and you should get chased by zombies and you gotta put like, but I gotta pee.
It's not a go cup. That's different. That's a whole different thing.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, that's what I thought it was.
That's a 7-Eleven cup.
Yeah, a travel pee cup. Like, you know, if you in the car, like guys would just pee in a bottle or whatever, but like y'all can't like aim like that. As far as I know, I'm a gay man. I don't know how vaginas work. I've never touched one.
We can talk later.
Only time I've touched one is when I came out of my mother during birth.
I can't.
Otherwise, I would have been a platinum gay, but instead now I'm a gold star gay. Platinum is if I came out C-section.
Oh god.
But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Black Gay Comic Geek channel, Kira.
Hi. I love it here. It's fun. There's wine.
Yeah, well, you got wine. I'm like, you drinking this wine, living your Olivia Pope life. I'm like, I need some wine.
Yeah, charcuterie played in the background too.
Yeah, I was like,
in my fridge.
You got some. Well, speaking of, I was gonna say they talk about raising hogs for bacon and shit. I'm like, dang, they really living a good life.
He said, once you got bacon, that's it. You got bacon.
Yeah, like
y'all are done forever.
Forever. I love it. I'm like, let me move to Jackson. You don't gotta pay no taxes. Like,
man, listen, You can make some collard greens forever in that place too, man. That shit would be good as hell.
And it's black people, so you know they got some
Ooh.
seasoning. You know they got
Facts.
seasoning.
Spices.
And Rutina is the one running the place, so you know that food is.
They figure out how to make Lowry's. They done.
Oh wow.
They got cornbread.
That's another crazy thing about it is like how diverse it was, because like I said it the last time we talked, you really don't see black people other than the apocalypse in these shows and stuff like that.
No, yeah, except for like a what is it, fly in the ointment type of thing.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, you don't see us in the apocalypse. You don't see us in the future.
You don't see us in space.
Yeah.
No. It's because we figured out how to leave, one of the two, or leave them people alone with whatever mess they got.
We should have our own planet, like fucking agents of Wakanda. What's Intergalactic Empire Wakanda?
Yup, I like it.
But I forgot what I was about to say. I don't even remember.
So
No, it's fine.
Wait, you were talking about leaving the commune. Where were we?
We were talking about the Diva Cup, but then I was something that you said
that derailed so much.
It was something that you said that I was going to bring up.
You said she wouldn't hurt her. She wouldn't hurt Ellie.
Oh yeah, no, she wouldn't hurt Ellie. I think she's trying to get Ellie away from Joel because she thinks Joel is dangerous. Because I'm pretty sure Tommy's had to have told her about Joel.
Exactly. And her mind, because she loves Tommy, she's like, you didn't do those things. Your brother made you do those things.
Yeah, because even when Ellie
your brother is the bad guy.
Yeah, because even when Ellie was like, yeah, your brother, Tommy did the same thing. She was like, yeah, he did it following Joel.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to see your husband as a bad guy, but it also goes to Tommy's guilt in a way of he's like, all the things that we did, we did it to protect ourselves, but I've learned there's another way. We could have done it another way. Yeah. And basically Maria taught me that this is other way. He got jungle fever, basically.
Yeah.
He got jungle fever.
He was like, wow, what can't a black woman do?
Because in the games, Maria's white.
Yeah.
But also in the games, Joel and Tommy are white.
Facts.
So
yeah.
I mean, in most games, everybody's fucking white. Like you don't really.
That's another place you don't see us.
Yeah.
Video game. Unless we in the back. Well, no, because Sam and Henry were black in the games, but then they died, just like in the show. So there you go.
you gotta get rid of them somehow. And it's like representation. And
we'll give you some darkies, but you can't be the main characters.
Nice.
No, we can't do that. We don't know how to write for black people, so we just gonna take
that. Get a spinoff show though. It didn't last long, but one of the characters, the black characters from Walking Dead, had a spinoff.
For which show?
Walking Dead. Yeah, like a spinoff show.
For like, is it still going?
No, it was very. It didn't. I don't think it lived very long. But I'm saying he led a zombie show.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from the first episode, the one that helped.
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln's character.
Yeah. He had
I didn't know that was his. I didn't know that was his show. I thought I knew he showed up for like an episode or two, but I didn't know he was like a main character.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Oh, I'm probably wrong.
Not that they promoted it.
I ain't watched that show.
Shows.
No, see, look, you giving out wrong information.
Jesus.
Well, they killed the only black males though.
Mm.
Hold up, I'm trying. Wait, yeah, actually, those are the only two.
Yeah. Oh, and what's his name? Everybody hates Chris. He's on Abbott. Was it?
No. Not. I was like, he wasn't in this show. No, he was in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about The Walking Dead, or are you talking about the last? I mean, technically, you could say both because.
I was talking about Walking Dead though.
Yeah, because I'm like the Last of Us. They killed Henry and Sam.
Yeah,
and those are the only two black men. So I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad Marlene's still alive, and the other girl that got her ear bit off.
That's time enjoying this stuff and not knowing when he's shot off, like communism.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's Tommy joining us. Yeah, but that's the theme with Tommy going off to join the military, thinking he's saving the world.
And that's the crazy thing about people like who are in like these far right or like racist or anything like that, or like some form of hate, anything. They have this opinion about something and they don't even know why they're so angry. He's being like liberal and communist and like sharing and being socialist or whatever, and he doesn't even know that because he thinks that's the right thing to do.
All he knows is that it's wrong. He doesn't know why it's wrong.
The name makes it wrong.
The name makes it wrong, but not the actual practice.
Because he doesn't even know what it means.
And that's the funny thing about it. Like a lot of people that even in real life, a lot of people that say they're conservative are only conservative because that's what they think is the right answer. But if you ask them like issue by issue, do you think there should be healthcare for everybody? Do you think education should be free? Do you think Social Security should be a thing? Like all of those answers that would be technically part of the more liberal ideology, they would say yes to all of it, but then they'd be like, "But are you liberal?" They'd be like, "Hell no, I'm a conservative."
I love these
they'll say yes when it comes to people that look like them. That is the difference.
Like I would never forget where during the Obama administration, where this old white lady she yelled out, she was like, "Keep your government hands off my Medicare. You're socialist." It's like, bitch, like, that's socialism. Like that's full socialism, but you don't know that. And the government is the one that controls Medicare. Like, what are you talking about?
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. You love Medicare, but then I bet you'd say no to fucking universal health care. Or like people, or like they did a study
people against welfare, like all like
Or they did like a poll where they asked people, do you like Obamacare or do you like the Affordable Care Act? Not knowing they're the same shit. People said they hate Obamacare, but they like the Affordable Care Act. And it's just to go show like people are not like it's the same shit. It's just two different names.
You're what is it? It's you're just triggered by a particular word.
You're just triggered by
you have no
Obamacare.
idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
You just know that you're supposed to
like the word has some kind of violence against you or something.
So it's the same thing going back to like Tommy and like the communists. It's like you're triggered by the word, but it's like you're literally living. Yeah, and you're having a great time. Like,
things thriving,
are thriving very well.
You know nothing about the outside world and its ails. Just enjoy whatever. Call it whatever you want to. Rainbow, sunshine, kitty road, whatever you want to call it. But it's
and that's also from like a real life perspective. I wish more people. And granted, it's easier said than done. Leaving the country isn't easy, but there are a lot of people that haven't left the country. Yeah. So like they don't know any better in terms of like the way Europeans and even Japanese people and like just other countries, period, have it so much better than us. And they're not.
I think some people are just.
And a lot of them are socialist countries.
Land, I think a lot of people are just attached to this land. It's like a lot of us are just attached to this land.
Well, I don't even mean just moving. I mean just visiting other countries and just seeing, just seeing how it is and how like they all have universal health care. They all have paid maternity and paternity. Like hell, they all get like. We're the only country that don't have like paid like mandatory paid vacation time. Like
Mike said, go get your passport.
Basically,
go get your passport.
Yeah, other countries get like 10 weeks paid vacation time. 10 weeks.
Yeah, you get like half a year paternal leave when you dads.
What is it? Just
or more. Like some countries give you a year off paid paternal leave.
Who?
I can look it up. I can look it up, but there are countries that give you.
Give me a minute. A year of paternal leave. Oh, wait. 1 year paid paternal leave. Who?
I'm about to look it up right now.
Who this? Paid paternal leave limited to 12. No.
Hold up. Wait. So wait, no, not a year. So the longest is 28 weeks. Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. I thought it was like Iceland or something like that. I don't know.
Czech Republic, 28 weeks paid paternal leave.
That's half a year.
Might as well be a year. That's just a whole.
That's basically half a year.
6 months. That's what I said. 6 months.
6 months.
So there you go.
I can't speak.
Oh, somebody said I'm pretty sure Italy gives you a year.
Oh.
But anyway, basically get your passport.
No, it's Japan. It's Japan.
Oh, Japan
gives you a year. Yeah.
Damn, I'm going to Japan.
Maternal and paternal leave.
Even though I don't want no kids, so
I mean you go to Japan.
I'll adopt
a baby.
I was like, does a dog count? Can I get leave for a puppy?
I'll adopt a 17-year-old and have him for the year. That's fine.
Morgan from The Walking Dead is immune. Oh, he's immune?
When did that happen?
When did that happen? Dad, that's how you know I ain't main character on Fear the Walking Dead with another black actor, Coleman Domingo. Yeah, shout out to Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, I love him.
He's playing Bayard Rustin in a Netflix movie called Rustin, which is a queer black civil rights architect. But he came up with the March on Washington. He came up with a lot of ideas from the civil rights movement, but because he was an openly gay man, he wasn't allowed to be the face of the civil rights movement. So that's why, like James Baldwin. So that's why they actually went out to look for Dr. King, because they couldn't use Bayard Rustin. So that little bit of Black history right there.
That's
Thank you.
crazy. Yeah.
I say thank you
Black History Month,
graciously,
yeah.
but I'm like, y'all gotta stop.
That's like I like read books and like heard a lot of stories that says like, you know, Jackie Robinson like breaking the color barrier in baseball, like he was chosen for that role because like he was the only one that they trusted to put up with all the treatment that he would get while in there.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing with like Claudette Colvin, who was Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks, but because she was a teenager and she was pregnant outside of wedlock, they was like, nah, we can't.
Be the face of this,
and they also didn't like that she wore her hair natural, especially back in the 60s or whatever, like 50s and 60s. Like that's like definitely an
relaxer age. Yeah.
So like they didn't want to use her as the face of the civil rights movement, and so it wasn't until Rosa Parks, who was a more acceptable Negro. That's when she became
far lighter
and much more lighter. Yeah. So sometimes even your own people don't even be riding with you like that. But anyway, getting way off topic. But we black. We gonna talk about black. We gonna talk about black shit on this channel.
The black portion of the Black Gay Comic.
That's why black.
And I want my reparations.
Yeah, that's why black is first on Black Gay Comic Geek, because the first thing you see when you see me is my blackness before you see me being queer. Because some people don't even see that at first. I have to tell them. Even though one people did tell me, one people. Yeah, I was like, what is that? One person did tell me that I've never heard this before. They were like, I didn't know you were gay until you smiled. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm like, what? Are my teeth made of rainbows? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, do I have a gay smile? Am I hitting the like jaw leg? Like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But anyway,
what is that? You got like sparkles around?
That's what I'm saying.
I saw a rainbow come out that motherfucker.
I was like, was I eating Lucky Charms that day? Like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But clearly, you're right, because I am gay.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong in this.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but I don't know what that means.
I think I'm not offended. I don't know. I think.
It was a white person that said that.
Sammy, you win a prize.
Yeah, Sammy, you win a prize. But anyway, what else? I think we touched. Did we touch on everything?
Them leaving and Joel getting, shanked.
Yeah, we talked about the argument.
Yeah.
He didn't
get shanked. We didn't get to the shank.
We didn't get to the ending.
Yeah.
When the guy swung the baseball bat, he missed and hit the tree, but a piece of the bat.
Yeah, the bat. It was the bat.
Yeah.
The bat. So now he got splinters. He got
he gonna die good.
Yeah, he gonna die real good.
It itches. That itches.
Yeah, when you go to these towns and stuff, the first thing they do is check and see if you got a wound.
And that bat dirty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he needs some antibiotics, like quick.
Yeah, which is probably better than gold there.
I mean,
when he pulled, I was like, why would you pull it out? Like, you just gonna bleed out. Like,
they don't know first aid, bro.
You're not thinking. But
he's been around the way. He's seen some. It's not like he was a regular person. Like, he's seen and murdered and patched people up. Like,
he's gonna patch himself up. He was unconscious.
He didn't have nothing.
No, I'm saying before he like part of the reason he fell unconscious is because he pulled out the thing, so he started bleeding out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Ellie pulled it. He pulled it out. You're right.
Oh yeah, he pulled it out.
That was dumb.
They might.
I mean, that's TV. Maybe they don't even really understand how that works. That's TV. Like that was holding all the blood in. Like you don't pull that out unless you're ready to seal it.
Yeah.
What you want to do is take an occlusive dressing, take it down 3 sides. Let the liquids drip out this way.
Look at the military. Were you a medic in the military?
Nah, I just remember my combat life-saving training. So.
Yeah, no, you got to know how to what is it? Put your finger in the dam and to keep it from.
Do you know how to suture a wound?
Me? Oh,
no, well, of course you a veterinarian. I hope you would.
Wait, no. I'm not a doctor. I'm a nurse. I don't like
same
it.
Thing. Oh, okay. You closer to it than I am. Although I did work at an emergency animal hospital and I did draw blood from a dog before.
Oh, good for you. I'm proud of you. Look at you.
Look at you. You hurt a dog.
And I used to like inject them with like medicine in their skin. Like you had to lift up their skin.
Cute.
They hated you, huh?
But I got fired because they said I wasn't learning quick enough. But I'm like, I've only been here a month.
The fuck?
And it was my first time working, and like I've never had, and that's the thing. They hired me knowing I had no experience working at an animal hospital. But back then, I wanted to be a vet. I was thinking about transferring my major to be a vet, and I was going to actually go. There's a veterinary school called Ross or something like that in like the islands.
Yeah.
I forgot which island, but I was like looking into that, all of that stuff. So I told them like, yeah, I want to study to be a vet, but like I don't have any experience. I've never worked in any animal hospital, but I feel like this will be a good experience. And so because the person that hired me, because I worked at Michael's Arts and Crafts, and when I was at college, I don't know if you know, I went to HBCU. So I worked at Michael's, and so my manager knew her, and so he's the one that told me about her, and so he was like, yeah, he wants to go to school to be a vet or whatever. He doesn't have, so yeah, I told her I have no experience, never worked at an animal hospital, anything like that before. So she was like, yeah, because it's an emergency hospital, we typically don't hire people that don't have experience, because it's an emergency hospital, shit is going. But I'm gonna still hire you because I know this is the path that you want to eventually take.
Yeah.
But then anytime, and the way I learned, I'm a hands-on. I'm like way off topic, but who cares? This is Black. Y'all follow me. Y'all are watching my channel. Y'all are watching my channel more for my reviews. You watch it because you like me, my personality, so you get a little behind the scenes of my life. But anyway, so like, and it's not gonna be a long story, but anyway, so anytime I would come up, and it was an overnight shift. Anytime I would come into work, like they would. And the way I learned hands-on. I can't just watch you and then learn. No. Like I need to do and touch and all that. So I would always be like, hey, can I try this? Hey, can I try that? They'd be like, no, just watch me. I'm like, but I don't learn that. I need to do it. But then one day some shit was going down, and emergency animal hospital. So everybody's busy. They're like, Michael, I need you to do this. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And they're like, but we showed you how to do it. We showed you how to do it 2 weeks ago. Did you ask? Did you let me do it? But did you let me do it?
Yeah.
So I had to take like a blood sample and put it on the thing, and the thing is spinning around. Yeah. I got blood all over the shit. Like, it was a mess.
Oh no, not the PCV tube, not the PCV tubes.
I got blood all over the place. The doctor, they told me to prepare a dog to get. They said a dog is going home or whatever. Can you prepare the dog? I don't know what I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Yeah.
And so the dog had a catheter in its arm. I was like, oh, the dog is going home. So I pulled the catheter out, and then the veterinarian came. Who the fuck pulled the catheter out? I was like, I was like, it was me. You said the dog is going home. I didn't know. Like,
I'm not sending him home with a catheter in his arm. No.
Yeah,
you could make that a story, bro.
Only to find out.
Only to pets put you in a hospital without an actual degree.
And the crazy thing is, only to find out the dog wasn't going. When they said going home, they meant they were about to euthanize the dog. So the catheter was preset, so they could easily access the veins.
So they had to recatheter the dog.
So they had to recatheter. Yeah, they had to recatheter.
I'm gonna let you know that dog was not okay at the end of all this.
They had to recatheter the dog just to kill him.
So she didn't recatheter. She just stuck the stuff directly into the veins. But she was like, because some dogs have their veins are hard to find.
Yeah.
So that's why they pre-catheter. So like you're not like constantly poking the dog in front of the owner as you're about to put the dog to sleep. So she was like, thankfully the dog had some good veins. I wasn't constantly poking the dog, but like, she eventually apologized to me in the moment, but she was just like, yeah, you're not supposed to like, but yeah, eventually I got fired.
Yeah,
Michael, Tito's going home. You said, okay.
I'm gonna
I ended up getting a dog out of the whole situation because like the ASPCA or whatever the fuck, animal police brought a dog in, highly emaciated. It was a puppy. They said the dog was vicious and yada yada, and you might need to put the dog down. But that dog was sweet as hell. And eventually I took it home, but because I still worked there, that like you saw the dog's bones and shit like that. Yeah. I was able to get it treated. It had mange. I was able to get the mange treated, all that shit for free. I got his balls chopped off for free. I even got to watch the surgery. So I got him neutered. I got him neutered. But then one of the girls that was there with me, I'm like, that white bitch. I was like, she's fucking like a psycho. Because once the doctor took my dog's balls off, she started chopping it up like it was fucking meatballs and shit. I was like,
that's necessary,
ma'am.
It's a psycho.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough. That's enough
about. Yay! Oh my god.
That's enough about my veterinary. But yeah, I was so hot when she fired me. I was like, but she was like, I know these were her exact words. I still remember it verbatim to this day. This was over 10 years ago too. She was like, I know there are some instances where we have failed you, but ultimately you failed us. And so, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to let you go. And I was
I'm wrong, but you wronger.
Yeah. I was like, what does that even mean? Like,
that sounds like a doctor.
No, but it wasn't the doctor that fired me. It was the office manager. The person I hired, like the office manager, was the one that hired me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire somebody like that one day.
And it's funny because I
don't
remember
that I have failed you.
I don't remember that whole. I don't remember that whole name.
You failed me.
It's funny. No, I'm talking about this. As I'm talking about this, the viewer count just shot up. Like y'all are here for my backstory more than The Last of Us.
More veterinary stories soon.
Yeah, I'm like, let me find out. I just need to not even do reviews no more. Just talk about my life trauma. Because like even the comments, look at this, please. I'm crying. I love it here. Traumatized, like, oh my god, like no more, please. I love the story time. Like y'all love my trauma. Like what's going on?
Everybody wants to know how real you.
But
the real life times of Black
give me a super chat. Y'all loving this me reliving my trauma. I get not one super chat this whole chat this whole stream.
Oh Lord.
I'm reliving my trauma. But anyway,
not just dicing nuts. Wait a minute.
yeah, she just over here dicing my dog's nuts. But I was like, whatever.
They gone now.
But you know what's funny? Like, even though I got rid of it, he was still humping. So I was like, I thought he's supposed to get rid of that.
No.
But eventually it did. He stopped.
Yeah,
he stopped.
He got old. Yeah, that's what happened.
No, there was no training period. Like when I got hired, it was like, you're in. Go do some shit.
Go do something. Yeah.
And they'll be like, hey, come with me and watch me do stuff. And I would tell them like I need to do it hands-on. And they
so how many dogs was coming in to get operated on like that? Like what was happening in that?
I mean,
town?
there was some days that it was hella slow, but like it's an emergency hospital. So at any moment somebody could get ran over.
When it was slow, that should have been the perfect time for them.
Oh yeah, dog would accidentally ingest some chocolate or whatever. But no, that's the thing. They would just say, here, just watch. Or when it's slow, they just be sitting there, with their foot up and shit, like that, not wanting to do stuff. And I'm like, hey, can y'all show me how to? It's like, oh, we'll show you when something happened. Well, whatever. So like,
I want to give a quick shout out to my team. I can't name their names because they'll probably try to fire me. But shout out to my team. They don't let nobody. If you're gonna hang, you literally are going to hang yourself. But we're gonna show you how to do everything and continue to have you repeat it. We're not gonna let you just float out in outer space and just throw that all back on you.
When I told her, I was like, how you gonna fire me?
He got a vet on the show to tell his story.
I did. I mean, they was talking about raising hogs and pigs and all that. It reminded me of all that.
Triggered.
Well, yeah, but I was like, how you gonna fire me when like y'all literally did not train me? Like for nothing. And I told you from the jump, the way I learn is through hands-on. And every time, and it's not like every time I would be like, hey, can I help with this? Hey, can I help with that? Every time you guys would be like, no, just watch. Or hey, can you just stand back because it needs to get done quick? And she's like, yeah, that's why I said, I know in some instances we failed you. It's like, no, bitch, you failed me completely.
Fully.
Like,
fully.
Anyway, but at the time I called my boyfriend and it was like, hey, can you come pick me up? They fight. He was mad. He was about to go back and cuss out. I was like, no, let's just go. He's about to cuss their ass out. I was like, nah, but the fact that you want to cuss, I was like, the fact that you want to cuss them out and defend them for me, you gonna get some tonight. So like,
happy endings.
I'm gonna put it down. But then he broke up. But then he broke up with me after 3.5 years in email. So like, but anyway, getting back to The Last of Us.
On our next story.
Yeah,
I'm not telling that story. But
y'all gotta pay for that story.
Yeah, y'all gotta pay for that story. But anyway, so yeah, Joel is on the horse. He falls off, bleeding out, and Ellie. In a kind of selfish way, but still, in a childish way, she's like, you can't die on me. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what to do. She's not saying, Daddy, don't leave me. Daddy, don't leave me. It's both short, but it's her way of saying, it without saying it.
Yeah.
But that's her being
vulnerable to show that they're both closed off.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the episode ends, and then we get into next week's episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, but yeah, anyway, what y'all think about that final? Daddy, don't leave me. Daddy, don't leave me.
Yes, what it was. It sadly reminded me of Lion King too.
Oh God!
You gotta get up. You gotta go home.
What? The Lion King? You had to do.
You gotta get up. You gotta go home. That's what.
Oh, now it's super sad. Yeah. Oh my God!
When he was like shaking him, like you gotta get up. You gotta go home. You gotta keep going.
Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like. Maybe I'm just dead inside. I didn't really feel anything. I was like, all right, he's gonna be back.
Dang.
Sorry, I've been in the game for too long. I be putting kittens to sleep. It's all right. I just don't. I was like, okay, he got shucked. I know he signed a contract. I know he ain't gone.
I mean, Mandalorian coming back, so we don't know.
Can you do both?
I mean,
Yeah, can't do both.
Who got the bigger bag?
You mean? Ooh,
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
$dollar bill, y'all. Story time.
$10 super chat. Oh no, he ain't say nothing in the comments. So ain't no story time. This $10 is for that veterinarian trauma. I'm not the email. Not
payment for the trauma.
Not the email trauma.
Go get you some therapy. I'm gonna sponsor you real quick.
I can't afford it. Therapy. I emailed it there. He's like $150 an hour. I'm like, dang.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. I mean, no, this is therapy. This works.
Because I wanted a black gay therapist, and he's like, yeah, $150 an hour. I'm like, dang.
Why do therapy when you could just start a podcast?
Yeah. Ta-da!
I mean, I need to talk to Maria because she was giving Ellie therapy trying to give her therapy in this episode.
She knows what she's talking about. I mean, call up Rutina. She'll help you. She seemed like she got it together. She got a whole life together. Yeah, no, I'm dead inside. I didn't cry. I did not feel a sense of direness. Like maybe he's gone for like the next 2 episodes because he's healing. That's kind of what I was thinking more so than anything else. I was getting a little bit annoyed about
Ron,
that.
You're muted, but I saw your lips moving.
Oh, I said my bad. I said
I'm not muted.
No, not you. I was saying
muted.
I saw Ron's lips moving, but he's muted.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Not my bad, but you know. But yeah, I felt more for the back end of the episode than I did with him getting shanked. I was surprised, but I'm like, all right, well,
you didn't believe it. Yeah, you didn't believe it.
All right.
Like, no way.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. But I like how the next episode is actually an Ellie episode now. So
yeah.
But Ron, I want you to elaborate more on what you were saying before, how you said you really felt and connected to this episode more than like all the other episodes. I want you to, talk more about that.
Yeah, like I said, like that the masculinity that you build up, even if you're not a bad person, like the way that the world makes you, like the person that builds you to be, like society deems who you are. And like it's hard for him to fight those things. He has all kinds of trauma. He's been building up, and it's like he finally let it go on his brother at that moment, and it was dope. I think everybody needs to do that, especially like if you grew up with trauma. If you're Black in general, because you dealt with PTSD from being in America. If you're a woman, everybody should go to therapy. That's just.
I agree. Even if you don't have anything going on, I feel like everybody should go to therapy.
Yeah.
Because also, like, now if you're going to therapist when you're happy, your therapist is getting to know you, and you're getting to know your therapist, so you're building trust and a rapport. So then that way, and they're getting to learn like your triggers and everything like that. So then that way, when you actually are going through depression, you've been through therapy already. You have a relationship with your therapist, and also they know you better, so they can help you quicker, as opposed to like, now I'm depressed, now I need to go to therapy. Now the therapist has to get to know you. They have to get to know your triggers. They have to get to know your backstory and all of that stuff. And then also, if you've been going to therapy longer than before you've been depressed, you also get to have certain steps that you can take and navigate even before you get and tools in your belt that you can also like say, okay, I'm starting to go through this. Let me check myself or do this such and such and such and such before you can get to your next therapist appointment. You already have the tools in your belt, as opposed to like, oh, like I'm sick, let me go to the hospital. It's like, nah, it's too late. Like
yeah.
But it's not easy to get there because, like I said, shit's expensive.
And they don't
universal access to medical. Mental health.
I'm sure you got free therapy at wherever camp they at. Wherever Tommy at, they got free.
Yeah, I mean, Maria is the therapist. But why get therapy when you can start a podcast? Every podcast, dude.
Exactly.
But anyway, with that said, so we're getting to we're done the trailer for next week's episode. Like I was mentioning, Ron, if you got emotional for this week, granted, I know you said you connected to this episode more. If you got emotional for next week's episode or this week's episode, definitely some stuff is going to be happening in next week's episode, which is focus more on Ellie. I actually just before we started recording, I just finished watching episode 7, and I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
I just like trauma, man.
Casual flex.
Misery loves company. I want to see people hurt the way that I've been hurt.
Misery loves company.
Exactly.
Oh.
This is definitely a trauma episode.
Yeah.
So
and it's just human, man. It's humanity. Every episode, like you're seeing people react to different words.
And that's the funny thing about this. Like, in many ways, we haven't really seen that many infected in this show.
It's been about the people.
I mean, obviously we've seen the most in like episode 5, where it's a whole fucking horde of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like the threat of the looming infected is always in the background, because unlike with this being, because this is based on the video game, it's not a video game, so you don't have those moments where you got to sneak around and take out infected. The gameplay moments, you get to have more human interaction with it. Like even them moments where Joel is talking to Tommy, saying like, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to protect her, and I love her so much that I'm willing to, they say if you love something, let it go. So he's like, I wanted to let Ellie go, because I feel like you'd be able to protect her more, even though it'll hurt me, because I want to be
better off with you. Yeah,
she's better off with you.
Yeah.
And so there's those moments that we don't necessarily get in the video game, or even just the backstory, like with episode 2 with Bomb.
Yeah.
But where does this episode? Where do you say this episode ranks in terms of your favorite?
Me?
Whoever.
I was like,
I'm talking to both of y'all.
I guess 1 is still my favorite, and then I disagree with you about 4 and 5 being separate episodes. They're one episode to me. So 1, then 4, 5 as 1, and then this one maybe.
Yeah.
And then and then 2 and then
two's on the bottom.
Yeah.
2 was a little. You know what? 3 is on the bottom for me. I'm counting them separately. 3's on the bottom. Wait, no, is it 3?
Dang, is that a gay joke?
No. Shut up. No, it wasn't. I just forgot which episode was which. No, episode 4 is on the bottom. Episode 1's on top. Episode 6 is 3rd. Episode 3 is 2nd, and then 5th is 4th.
For me, it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4.
So you still got 6 up there though.
Yeah. Yep.
But hold up.
Let
me bring this up. Yeah, did y'all see the Easter egg character that Ellie saw while they were eating? So yeah, I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, they was having whole seasons. They were getting real pagan in there.
When they were basically in Cracker Barrel eating the breakfast or whatever, and you saw the little girl peeking the stare, and Ellie was like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Whatever. Remember that? Do you remember that moment?
It was really quick. Like I wasn't paying attention to it.
Well, for those of you that are people that have played the games, or the characters from the second game, that was actually Dina.
Wait, who's Dina? I haven't played the game. Don't forget. I haven't played the game.
You're gonna have to wait till season 2.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. If you know who Dina, if anybody in the chat or watching the replay, if you know who Dina was, that was Dina that was watching them. So Dina is a character that plays a very important role in the second game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can I guess?
So that was a younger version of Dina, because the second game takes place like 5 years later. So
can I guess?
The characters are older. I mean, you can guess, but
you can guess, but you don't know.
Dina is Dina the girl that Ellie?
Whoa!
Ends up kind of being with in the second game. Is that no?
I don't know.
Boy, I can't. Now I just look it up. You ain't got to.
Yeah, that's all. See, look, that's all you need. Dina is a major character. That's all you need to know.
That's it.
It might not. It more than likely might not be the same actress once they actually cast her. But that was still that kind of like what they said, like they retconned in like Spider-Man when in Iron Man, the little kid with the mask. They said, "Oh yeah, that was Peter Parker." It's like y'all didn't plan that.
Y'all lie. Y'all black ass lie. Y'all ain't got to do all
Real
that.
quick, I have yet to connect with Joel or Ellie. Dang, I do not like Ellie as a character. Dang, I found the side characters and their story to be more interesting. Dang,
that part of that is good. The side stories have been great. Like I said,
yeah, the side stories have been
last
great.
time
But
we talked, it was like, yeah, they can. These characters over here, they can have their own show. I want to see
but
how
hold on,
that
real
whole
quick.
town got built up.
But I'm like, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna have to do something real quick. So just so y'all can see the background. I got Pedro Pascal. Like, you're not connected to Pedro?
How not? How?
You see that man? Hold on, let me do this again. This man is fine. You ain't connecting to him? Hold on. Let me let
He all right. He all right.
Pedro?
He all right.
Right in front of my salad? Dang.
Oh boy.
Well, does everyone think this show will last more than 2 seasons since there are only 2 games? See, that's the thing. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
And it's hard to talk about it without spoiling stuff. So
and not even just that, but like
I mean, if they did it, they have to be really careful not to do the Game of Thrones thing.
That's what I was just about to say. It's gonna be the Game of Thrones thing all over again.
Yeah.
Where the show catches up to the books, and now they're past the books because they haven't even started on the 3rd game yet.
Yeah,
no.
but
and
they
also
threw it out there, though. They threw it out there.
I hear part 2 is way longer, like than 1,
part 2 is way longer in terms of story, and so more than likely part 2 or the 2nd game is going to be 2 seasons. So that also helps, but also at the same time, though, I feel like the production period takes way longer for a game than it would be for a show. So even if they are working on the 3rd game, even if they are working on the 3rd game now, the show will be out way quicker than the 3rd game would ever be out. So I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah, and that happens with stuff like that. The writing usually.
But I'm guessing since Neil Druckmann,
but the showrunner for the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since Neil Druckmann, who was the creator of the game, is also a creator on this show. I guess maybe it'll still, it should still be fine. It's not like Game of Thrones where like it's just D&D in charge and you don't have George R.R. Martin. It's like, no, the showrunner is also doing the game as well. So maybe, who knows?
He has he said that he has, or alluded to a thought that he has a plan for a 3rd game. He could absolutely change that ending in the 2nd game on the show and go someplace completely different with it. I don't want to spoil anything.
I already told Mike the ending the last time we talked.
Oh, okay. So like, if Joel,
I played the game. Like, what?
No, I'm talking about the ending of the series itself. Like,
they could not kill Joel. That's a major change to the script. They could not kill Joel.
Don't spoil it. I'm like, don't spoil it.
Sorry, my bad.
For people in the chat that did never played the game.
Somebody did it to me. They gonna have to learn.
Nah.
They did it to me. I'm fine. I'm still here. I'm still watching.
Anybody, y'all didn't hear that. Y'all didn't hear none of that.
I don't know. I mean, play the game, find out. Give them some more revenue.
Y'all didn't hear that.
No. Y'all good. I don't know what I'm talking about. I never played the game. I don't know. There's a lot of different directions they could go in, and I think they would be safe building from whatever direction they go in because, again, like you said, Neil Druckmann, and the characters are so rich and complex. And they don't have too many side characters, which I think was another flaw with Game of Thrones. I think they're safe if they do any alterations, and just based on the alterations that they have already made, that people are still okay with. I think they're good. I think they could do a season 3 without fucking up.
And also, I feel like,
but I think in Game of Thrones, the side characters become main characters. Nobody was really the main character. Well, I guess maybe Jon Snow, maybe them, but. Like, you would think somebody's the main character and then they just die. So
yeah.
But I was gonna say, I think going into your point, Kira, and then also going to Nate's point in terms of like breaking up the season, what they also could do if they want is after they do finish the 2nd game and talking about all these side characters or all this backstory that we could do as like a spinoff, they could take a break from this main story and then do a spinoff season. Kind of like what they did with Spartacus, where they did like Spartacus Blood and Sands.
Yeah.
Where they took one of the characters and did a spinoff for them. They could do that to like maybe talk about another location or whatever for like a season.
Spartacus, the main character, had cancer or something, right?
Yeah, the main character. And then, but so he ended up dying. And so he got recast in the 2nd season. And so because of that, they did a prequel so like so they could find the new actor and all that other stuff. So they could do that to like do the second game, do a spinoff of maybe like the first 20 years or whatever, or take one of the side characters, whomever they want to take, do a Henry and Sam spinoff, whomever, whatever. And then do like a 1 season of that. And then once the third game comes out, then work on the fourth season or whatever. So break up the second game into 2 seasons, do a spinoff, and then do the 4th season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that they could do. But anyway, wrapping it up. Did you guys see the trailer for next week? Do you have any predictions?
I just watched it.
Yeah, it was like I said, it looked like an Ellie episode. So I'm glad that they're breaking it up.
Do when Joel met Tess.
Yeah.
Hey,
or the group that they had. They said it was a group of them.
Yeah, you could do the whole background what they were doing with Tommy. You could do.
Oh yeah, the spin off with Tommy. Like
you can do more Bill episodes. The Adventures of Bill and Frank. You can give them.
If Pedro Pascal doesn't want to do it, like if Pedro Pascal is like, damn, I'm doing the Last of Us main show, and you want me to do a spin off? Nah, do a spin off with Tommy.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was you gonna say? Do you have any predictions for next week's episode?
No. No, I really don't. I mean, because it's all backstory. It's more.
I mean, obviously that character's gonna get killed. I mean, because they always talked about Riley or whatever. So that character's gonna be killed, but it shows. You'll probably see the first time Ellie gets bit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there should be a lot of good backstory.
I'm curious about how she gets the black eye, though. She gets it there. She's definitely got a brute. Like her eye looks like she got punched and it was swollen.
Yeah, no, I know
you're shut.
But I mean, I watched the episode though, so
I'm BlackGayComicGeek.
So for who was it for? Is it Alyssa? For Alyssa, you might like this episode because Ellie clearly gets punched in the face.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
If you want to see Ellie get punched in the face, keep watching.
Yeah, Ellie
she's about to catch a fade.
Ellie gets punched in the face and she gets bit. So
two things to look out for.
2 things to look out for next week's episode. But anyway, that's the end. I think we pretty much touched on everything for this episode. Once again, guys, if you could hit the like button on the stream, if you're watching on the replay, comment, let me know your rating for this episode. Thank you guys for joining on the live and in the chat and engaging with us. But before, hold up, wait, what's happened? Tess gave me lesbian vibes where she and Joel really they alluded to it.
Yeah.
Because remember the moment where she
it's the apocalypse. You want them? How you want them?
Yeah, exactly. It's the apocalypse.
Whoever's doing the best job.
The apocalypse, girl.
Somebody need to eat that cooch.
What was it? Puck them lips down here, man.
Pucker them lips for the apocalypse.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kira, let people know where they can find you and maybe what you may have coming up.
I can be found on Instagram at Room Full of Blurs. You can find me on Twitter, which I'm bad about. At also Room Full of Blurs, but without the 2 O's in room. Fan base Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a chat room where we talk about everything from the week, and I have my podcast, which is called Child of Mandalore. That is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I believe whatever Google has as well. And I'm here. I have a Discord. Do what you want with that.
Right. Well, Google Podcasts. That's Google. I mean, what else would it be called? Apple Podcasts called Apple Podcasts. Google Podcasts called Google Podcasts.
There's something. Somebody's Google somewhere. Something with Amazon in it. I don't know.
Hey, Ronald, your turn.
I'm Ron. You can follow me at You Don't Read Comics on IG, YouDon'tReadComics.com. If you want to read about comics, you want to know what to pick up, you want to know what's hot in the streets and what sucks. You Don't Read Comics.
Oh shit! Wait, I forgot. Also, Blur's Eye View every Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Dang, how many shows you want?
Yeah, she got like
just the one Blur's Eye View. That's all.
Nah, you named like 40 different shows.
I'm busy. Booked and blessed, baby. Booked and blessed.
Damn.
With that said, speaking of booked and blessed,
guys,
Google
alert for you.
Speaking of booked and blessed, this weekend, February 25th, I will be on 2 panels for Virtuous Con.
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah, go to virtuouscon.com and buy you a ticket. It's only $10 plus tax, so it's not that expensive, and you don't have to leave your house. It's all virtual, so you could be naked. Yeah, you could be naked in bed watching. And so, one panel I'll be on is about queer characters in comics. I'm on a panel with Stephanie Williams,
Oh.
Robin Smith, DJ
Oh.
Kirk. I'm like, these are all comic creators, and then it's Black Gay Comic Geek, and I'm like, why the fuck am I on this panel?
You popping though. That's what it is. Is you popping.
And then another panel I'll be on with Fantastic Frankie, and I'm actually moderating that panel. This will be my first time moderating a panel, and it's just basically about content creators and like how to be a content creator and the life of a content creator and all of that stuff. So check out Virtuous Con. It is Black women ran and Black women owned. It's Black History Month, so support Black creators and not even just that, but a whole bunch of Black creators and Black comic creators and Black writers and all the other stuff. So support Virtuous Con. That's again virtuouscon.com. Buy you a ticket, pull up, see us in the chat. You can chat, leave messages in the chat and all that other stuff. And then also my review for Cocaine Bear just dropped, so check that out. I'm also
on fire.
Definitely busy.
I will also be checking out this new animated Black Netflix series called My Dad the Bounty Hunter. So I'll be reviewing that. I'm seeing Creed 3 on Monday. So review for that will be coming out. I was hoping I get to meet Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Like, I'd have been like, come on, like, can we have a 3? Like, please,
just one time.
Just one time. But no, I wouldn't do that. I'm professional. But it's not a red carpet for me. It's just
professional.
I am professional. When I saw John, you wasn't there when I met Jonathan Majors. I kept my composure. I was just like, it's nice to meet you. I'm a big fan. So I've been watching you since Lovecraft Country, and then when he walked away, I was like. So anyway, Monday I'll see a Creed, and then the next week I'm trying to see if I can get together the first. It'll be a first time on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel where I have an all queer panel. At least I'm trying to get that together for a live review, spoiler review for Scream. I can't fucking talk.
Scream 6.
For Scream 6. I'm seeing that next week. The week after next. So,
you gotta let me know how that is, because I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about it.
This was a big deal. This one that didn't have.
I like Scream 5. Right? Yeah, this will be the first one without Nev.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna go see it, but I need to know. What I'm going in for.
So getting people schedules and shit like that together. I'm gonna see. I'm like, I'm like, dang, this is the first time I had an all queer panel on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. I'm usually always the only one.
You're minority on your own channel.
The minority on my own channel. But with that said, hit the bell notification button, say alerted, and then of course, next week, not Monday, because again, I'm seeing Creed 3, but we'll figure it out for episode 7 of The Last of Us. So be on the lookout for that and hit the bell notification button. Check out my other videos, yada yada yada. And with that, we are out. I'm about to eat some wings.